Touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, 19! 53, Mike. Pick it up. Shoot!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
And no time now. Check 53, Mike. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike 81, 53, Mike 53.
Now Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Check 50.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check 3. Check. Fresno. Kill. Hey, turn it.
Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down.
First down, Texans.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running from the gun, Johnson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 44 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready. 2, hey, go on. Check 50. Hey,
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play that time for the Colts. 42 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. There he goes again. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
They'll run here with Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Watson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, 31! Mike, 54! Switch up! Right there, 54, right there.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? These two teams all tied after 1. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
He's coming! We got double up! Up to the 4! Check, 53, Mike! Let's get it together, defense, let's get it together! Mike, number 53, Mike, 53!
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hey, pick your game up. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, pick it up. Kill. 36.
A first down carry here for Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Check. Lucky. He's coming. Double up.
2nd and 5 now. Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Check the outs. Check the outs. Tighten up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. He's got Fuller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
6 man. Check curls. Hey, look 3. Where's twist? 24. Motion.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Reset. 19. All day, dog. Motion.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. To Johnson again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Matt Breida with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Stay at home.
On 1st down, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
At the 27-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. I know he ain't got it. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shoot. He's checking. Crash. Hey. 24. 24, watch 24. 25, check 25.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On third down, Brissett. Got an open man, that's Campbell. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Switch, switch, switch. Switch. Yup, yup.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Stay open.
After the interception, here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
We got to step it up. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Watch the block, watch the block. Watch the block, motion, block, block, block. 154. Safety screaming. Alert.
From the gun, here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Thomas in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Check. 66. Run it. High. Watch the eye.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Reset. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So here we go, the offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Matt Breida saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys are able to regain the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check, 53's mine. Here we go, let's bring it.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Set, 19! 58, right there. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. You go tight. You got tight. Alert, alert.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Oh, you got deep? Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Check safety, check.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
53's the mic. 53. Pick the edge. Go, go. Check 13. Check 31. Watch twitch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 65 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Good track, good track. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, let's go. Rip left. Shift, watch the shift. Alert flare, flare.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Check. Open the four. Check 3 and check 54. Put it down. Right side. Fresno.
To throw is Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll toss it to Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Eddie Weber. Check. Walk. Check. Check. Check 31.
Throwing. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down.
That's good for the Colts.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Slam. Save. Yes.
Brissett on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Brandon Copeland. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Go. 40 worth the mic. Check 41. I'm coming.
Here's Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Go. Check.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike 52.
First down, Brissett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Back to throw, Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
24.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Indy. 54 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Breida. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew,